5 minutes.
Thank you. I'm going to, before I get into the meat of things, there's a couple things I want to make sure I get out there. And first, I want to say that I started a few years ago in here the first Congressional Transit Caucus because of how important it is that we support public transit across the country, not just my hometown of Chicago, but I'm also a Metro rider when I'm out here. So first thing I wanted to mention is I'm going to have a question for the record about WMATA's recent cancellation of the new electronic payment program, which I know is designed to make the customer experience better and to reportedly would have saved WMATA up to $60 million a year. So I know there's much invested in this, and we certainly see challenges with the current fare collection system. So I'm going to be asking a question for the record on that and what has happened with that. But I want to move on. I just want to ask a quick question to Ms. Flowers. A recent assault on a D.C. Metro bus driver became deadly when the bus was hijacked and horrifically killed a pedestrian. And driver assaults are a national issue. The Fast Track asked FTA to issue a notice of proposed rulemaking on driver assaults, which is a growing issue. When will FTA issue this rulemaking?
Well, the first thing that we've done is that our Transit Advisory Committee on Safety has done a study on operator assault and given us some best practices and recommendations on preventing and mitigating transit worker assaults. So that's going to be the basis for us putting together our proposed rulemaking. And so we're currently gathering information and input from the transit community as well as unions to inform this rulemaking. So we're in the process right now of working on that.
Thank you. We'll, I want to probably come back to you later on this after the hearing, but thank you for that. I just want to say this morning I'm a Red Line rider. Wake up, here there are two places they're single tracking a report of a arcing incident. I said, I'm getting on my bike to ride the 17 miles down to Capitol Hill because I don't know when I'm going to get in. I think Metro, in so many ways, is unfortunately an embarrassment in our nation's capital, but it needs to work. So, I'm not here to just tear things down. We need this system to work. I think the region needs to come up with a dedicated funding source for Metro. We can't do anything here in Congress about, but I think that's something the region needs to do. But we need definitely, as a lot of talk about changing of the, we need to change the way people act within the system, the whole culture, and that's difficult to do. I thank you, Mr. Wiedefeld, for what you have, many things that you've done so far. I want to ask, I know the March 16 shutdown caused significant inconvenience to many of the region's commuters, but 2 months after the shutdown, the FTA released a series of safety directives to Metro. Among them were things that appear to be routine maintenance, including removing debris, replacing insulators, and third rail cover boards. So I'm concerned about Metro's efficiency in conducting inspection and repair, especially given the Safe Track plan is about to begin. I want to be assured that if Metro is going to cause a serious disruption in people's daily lives, that you'll be using the time to accomplish all the required maintenance. So first, were FTA's findings in May a result of the March 16 shutdown, or were those findings a result of previous inspections, or what was those, the May FTA findings, where did those come from?
I think they reflected, again, the lack of ongoing maintenance and the ability to get out there and do that. And that's why the Safe Track has the impacts it has, because physically to get out there and do the level of work we need to do, because it's not just one thing.
But did you know, were the May findings a result of, are those things that were found on the March 16 shutdown, or
No, in the March 16th shutdown, we were looking at the power cables issue, because that was,
So you just focus on that one thing?
we were focused on that because of the LaFont accident.
Okay, so when Metro has completed the Safe Track program, will it be in compliance with all federal safety orders and recommendations?
It will be, yes, that's the plan. And the plan, again, is it's not only just to meet it, but then we have to go beyond it and we have to maintain it.
Okay.
It's one thing to get out there and do all this repairs, but if we don't keep doing that, then we're going to be right back to where we were.
In one thing, very, very quickly, I noticed, I live, now don't only I take the red line, I hear the red line going by, unfortunately, all the time, where I, sleep when I'm out here. I heard for months a click-clack of every time a wheel set went over a track for months, and then one morning I wake up and they say there's a broken rail just south of the Grosvenor Metro stop, and I said, I could have told you a long time ago that there's a problem there. And it seems like there's somehow something wrong in the culture. Someone should have been able, an operator should have said, hey, there's something wrong here. And that's, I think, all part of changing the culture here, where everyone is part of trying to make this system run well. And that's something that really needs to change. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. We're going to be watching it, but we need to make the system work. Thank you. I yield back.